Oh, hello there.
Oh, hi.
How you doing? I didn't see you there. No, I did. Welcome to another episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Happy Monday! I'm so excited to be here with you. I am your host, Jeff May, and I am so excited about the piece we're doing, about who I'm joined with on the ones and twos. Check it out. Let's give it up for Autumn over here.
Hi.
Yes, okay, yeah, that's right. Everybody clap. You clap at home. Autumn here is going to be on Facebook and YouTube taking your questions, comments, and concerns. Remember, this is live, so please feel free. Ask those questions, ask for clarifications. Now, one thing we need to say right up top is this is a spoiler-free zone. And you're going to understand why once we start talking about the piece that we have. We might want to talk about some stuff, but in those comments, please don't spoil anything for people that haven't seen episodes of things or movies that are technically called episodes. It's a whole thing. Anyway, my co-host and partner, 6th scale expert, Guy Klender is with me here. Look at him. He looks like he's right about to try to take Tony Stark's technology for himself. Yes. Look at him.
That he made in a cave.
That's exactly right. Guy is going to be playing with I love saying playing, by the way, because this is a job I get to do. Guy's going to be playing with and taking your requests, questions, comments, and concerns about this amazing piece. I'm really excited for it. This is the Boba Fett Mythos 6th scale piece by Sideshow, something I am so looking forward to be having some time with. So Guy, without further ado, why don't you tell us more about this? Show us all this beautiful stuff that you got here, huh?
Thank you, Jeff. This is a big one for me. When we first talked about doing the show, this was the one I wanted to do. We're going to talk about the figure and why I think it's so important, what makes it so unique. Black shoebox style on the exterior with a great photograph of the figure.
Yeah, that looks cool.
We slide it off.
You know what's funny is I may have forgot to mention what Mythos is.
Well, we'll talk about that in a moment.
I mean, it's probably
It's probably.
You know what? We'll just go with it. We'll get it. Y'all can figure it.
We'll explain it.
I mean, it's okay. Well, while I have the camera on me, I might as well explain. Mythos is Sideshow's line where we sort of explore sort of the creaks and crevices of the Star Wars universe, and we sort of create backstory. And so these are things that might not be screen specific, but are sort of something that the imaginations of the people at Star Wars sort of push through. The Mythos line is amazing. Some of you might have some of the pieces. They're really exciting, really fun. And then they brought them down to 6th scale. And this is one of those pieces that is just, we've been waiting for this. So that's what Mythos is. Did I cover it? Did I explain Mythos?
You did.
Is that what it is?
Very nice.
I think you did wonderfully.
Thank you. Back to Guy.
Yes. So then we're going to have our cover sheet lift up and off. And this is a 2 tray. So it's got our top tray with the figure. Bottom tray is going to have some more of the accessories. I'm going to take the figure out as well as the other, and I want to show off some of the box art because it's really pretty fun. And we're going to do it via the, okay, great. I have an incredible cameraman.
That's a wrist.
What we've seen Sideshow do with some of their art boxes, and that is not out of focus work by the cameraman. That is actually done in kind of that distress painted style there. But they've done this all around, and we saw a little bit of this. Can we catch the interior? There we go. Kind of the pattern on the inside.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's really fun.
Let's see. Wait. Can you go back to that real quick?
Yeah.
Can you turn? Give me show me into the camera. The next side. No. The side. Not the inside.
Not the
Keep
inside.
going.
Oh, you want
keep
the
going.
side
Keep
black
going.
and whites?
Nope. Turn again. Nope. The other direction. Nope. One more.
There.
That's really interesting because I was not expecting to see that on the box art.
Correct.
And that's a real.
And that's
obviously,
part of what's in the figure.
I don't know if you guys saw the movies, but Boba Fett doesn't do much.
But look really neat.
But the mythos behind him and the sort of story, like he's obviously a fan favorite and amazing, and I love Boba Fett myself. So to see a teaser of what we're going to get, I'm really excited about. Back to you, Guy.
Yes. So let's go with our top tray here. We'll go to our overhead camera.
Put them down a little bit.
Show that. Show that up. Okay. On your top tray, you're going to have the figure, the 6 additional hands. He has 8 total. and 2 of his trophy sabers.
Ooh.
All right. Let's lift him up and out.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Yep. And this is just straight out of box currently. Okay.
And there it is. That's your episode, ladies and
No.
gentlemen. We unsealed and revealed.
There is a question. They
Yes.
want to know, are there different versions, like an exclusive version, a collector's version?
No, there is not. There is just the one version on this particular figure. This is exciting, and what Jeff was talking about with the Mythos, and what I like about it is, you know, when I was a kid and got the Star Wars figures, yes, you might have recreated a scene or two, but really what you did is created your own adventures, and that's what the artists here have done.
In a really upscale way. Which
And
is
yeah,
so
and a
cool,
neat way is that, you know, when is this and why did he do what he did, and this kind of thing, which I really dig. So let's try and work top down, then we're going to get in the accessories, then we're going to kind of dress them and pose them a little bit. All right, so up top here
That's Boba Fett.
is Boba Fett. Great articulation
Wow.
on head. Also, articulation on scope,
Ooh. That's cool.
like so. All right.
Like
Fast
scope.
forward and reverse on the front. I always like this. Great weathering and texturing in that. I'm going to move the whole turntable so we see the back of the head as well. So, I mean, it's always difficult to do those kind of
Yeah, they're
scratches
stressing
and dents and have them have a realistic look and not be kind of look like they were deliberate.
I have a question.
Yes.
You can either answer now or when you get to it later. Question regarding the long blaster. Is it difficult to sling behind him like in the promo photos?
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get there. That's but thank you. I'll make sure to. You're going to see me do that live for the
We'll
first
sling
time.
it. We'll sling it live.
Sling it right here on there. Okay, so we're going to work our way down on the figure. Then he has the cape. Cape has on both sides of it
It's more of a poncho, actually.
or poncho. Okay, yes. Well, you know, I like that kind of west. You're right. It's a western.
It has a very good, the bad, and the ugly vibe. To
Yes,
it, which
there
I
we
really
go.
Like. Yeah.
So this is our spaghetti western version. You have a wire running from front to back all the way on both sides. Okay, so you can do your windswept poses and such. Now, quickly, I'm going to just address it. Can the cape be removed? That would be a no. Okay, and I'm going to show you why when I remove the head.
He looks different than I expected.
A little different without the helmet. You're like, wow, what a pinhead. But this is actually kind of stitched together as one full piece. If I lift up here, see that that's actually tucked
Ooh, it's
in below.
like when you get
And
like
part
a,
of the suit.
like a jacket with a hoodie attached
Yeah.
inside.
So this is it is one piece. So don't try and yank and remove that. But since we've got it that way, let's show off.
like what?
the
Imagine
chest
why
armor.
you would want to take that off. So you can have, like,
I wouldn't, but
he's going to a luau.
I'm telling you as the audience watching to not do that.
Ryan says that's his real face when you take off the helmet.
Yes, sadly, it's why he wore the helmet. He was indeed a pinhead. So let's take a look at the front armor again with your dents, your scratches, and you can see the tight Wookiee braid trophies on the side there. Let's spin over here. We've got our Mandalorian emblem shoulder patch. Again, I really like that where it has the warm kind of outer tones and then the lighter toward the center. And then all
Bantha
the
skull. That's his signet,
Yep.
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then all of the scratch work done on there. A little further down, you're going to see the individual pouches and the corded, braided orange belt underneath. This has a bit of more of a dark amber, but here it's filming a little bit orange.
Amber is the color of his orange belt. Whoa.
There we go. So hopefully we don't get in trouble for any sound.
I didn't sing it. I said it.
This is true. This is true.
Can
Okay.
I change the lyrics, actually? So, like, I did fine.
All right. Since we're there, let's take a look at the left wrist gauntlet. Okay, this is similar to what we saw in Empire with it. And again, what I really like is all of that aging. and all of the
weathering is really strong on this
the weathering
piece.
and all that. That's a difficult thing to do.
It's funny too because at first when I saw this piece with the poncho and everything, I was like, okay, but it makes sense that like if he's going to be going to a place like Tatooine, it's going to have a lot of sandstorms. It's going to cause a lot of like he's got a lot of stuff that's going to get damaged in a sandstorm, so that makes more sense.
All right, so here's our right arm. All right. Oh, nope, those are our hosts. Here we go. There's our right arm.
Man.
What I like about this is right here, if we're going to camera up just a little bit, when we move the arm, those cables actually extend out.
Oh, cool.
All right.
What a cool little move.
It's a really neat addition.
That's a cool little.
I thought that was really neat when I just got to play with it. And again, there's the other pauldron weathering on that. Just spectacular. All right. Then let's move to the back. And then we're going to go waist down in a little bit. All right. Up here in the back, you see that we've got the clips up top for where we're going to put his pack. We'll show that in a moment. There is the that orange kind of corded that he had around there. And
it's amber.
It's amber. That's right.
Thank you.
As well as his leather belt. You'll see the 3 notches over here are for what they say are the 3 trophy lightsabers. Okay, that'll slide in there. And then on the other side, he does have this pouch.
I wonder if they were Wookiee lightsabers.
Wow. Yeah, he just went to town.
To match the braids, you know.
Look at you.
Oh,
whoa, I like that. I like
hurtful.
that. I like that. This side here, we've got his little pouch. It does have a small little magnetic clip.
You can put stuff in there.
Bonk. It has a little bit of foam in there to keep its shape. If you wanted to take that out,
it's where you carry your foam.
That's or it's where you carry your foam. Exactly. But that's the belt details. Yes, it is Velcroed on and can be removed. All right, so let's remove that like so.
Hey, Guy.
Yes.
Are all of the clothes wired?
All of, you mean the lower cape as well, the waistcoat? Yes, the waistcoat is also, yes. We're about to work our way down all the way toward the feet, but yes. Let's take a look now that we have that off. You're seeing that waistcoat. Wires are only on the front 2 seams on this, but again, allows to give you those windblown
get a better
looks and
view
all.
of those cargo
in the nice
pants.
The clip here on the front. We'll lift this back so we can see the pocket, and that they've with the fabric kind of given it that dirtied look. You got everything from kind of toward the knees and the chest. That it has a worn look to it, down to the knee shields, the kneecap shields. Again, that great weathering. This is where the figure comes to life. Is that weathering? This is the stormtroopers were bright and shiny.
Yeah.
This has got some beat up quality to it.
Yeah, he's not getting inspected.
Exactly. Down over here, you've got some of the little accoutrements that fill it. Yes, you can lift those right out.
Wow.
If you need it. And
That's
since
his cell phone, right?
Exactly. That yes. And the pictures that he gets off that are incredible. Since we're down along the
we're getting close.
we're getting close
careful.
We're gonna pull out our first of our accessory trays.
You're
and that is
accessorying already.
well, and that's only because we're down by the feet where it can rest, and that is his blade.
We call that a knife. That's not a knife.
And
it is though.
But
It is a knife.
But
That's
it
exactly what a knife is. Yeah.
slides right inside.
I always loved when toys would come with a knife and have a little scabbard for it.
So that's his little scabbard for that. So that's why I wanted to show that. It is not glued on there or anything, so you can move it around to where you need for your display purposes.
We're
Yep.
getting pretty close to them.
We're
sweet,
close,
sweet feet,
and
baby.
this is Jeff. This is a fun one to do because this is what I'm calling pure tread.
Ready.
Ready, here we go.
And tread watch.
Bam!
Well, that's a
That's-
sassy tread.
Look at this.
Wow.
There, you'll notice,
There's texture on
there is not only texture, but there is no lettering. Okay?
Oh.
We don't have anything
Usually
like that.
they got a word and a year.
But like there's paint.
Exactly.
There.
It's even in there. So if you were to pose it with kind of the leg up and you grab a couple of stones from your aquarium or whatever to have it up there and you could see the bottom, you would get that. So very, very neat. So there's your tread
is
watching.
really cool.
As I said, pure tread.
I would
It's
like to
pure
talk
tread.
about the toes.
Yep. Let's spin back around toward the front.
Toe watch.
And toe watching.
Yeah, I'm going foot heavy on that. Can you kind of angle it a little bit because now we're dead on.
Yes, I'm gonna
Can
spin
you
them
lean it
around because
forward
there's a lot of work that went into
even
that
more
went
than
into
the
these.
spinning. I want you to kind of just move his foot
All right.
back a little bit, like flex his knee a little bit so you can see.
You want to flex the knee, or are we talking the ankle?
flex the knee back so I can see what it looks like from a, because the toe has See, I wanted to show that the knife.
Yes, yeah.
The little blade aspect.
Yep, he's got his two blades on there. You're also going to see in the front, it's kind of that dirt that's, as he's been walking through. They've given a little kind of paint texture and beat down to there. They have also done a fabric style sculpt on the mid of the shoe, which is spectacular as well. And then there are these Velcro cloth that go around and over these ones here. If you needed to undo them and adjust them, you can. All right. But let's talk about the articulation of it while we're here. They are a softer rubber, so you can move them, but because they are a slightly taller boot, they're not going to bend here, okay? You notice there's no cut joint there, so when it's bending, it's actually going to be up there. So we're not going to get that toe bend like we did in Iron Man suits or anything like that. They're more of a flat on the foot. But again, neat. I love the shoes. I love all of the aged paint work that we've gone with that one here. Now that we have him, we're going to move him off to the side.
He looks like a very articulate can of spray paint, the way you had that head.
Yes. He's an articulate spray paint can. And let's pull out now. Let's show this. I'm going to put this up on the turntable and try and splay it out so we can see what we've got there. Okay, this is that belt that went around the midsection that I said has Velcro on there. The lower edge of the holster also has a bit of dirt and such on there. Boba is not chilling out. He's been places. He's done stuff. That's like Operation.
He feels like he's done stuff.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a gun.
Yep. Blaster number 1.
Cool.
All right.
Looks
right
like-
here. Again, great weathering on it. That kind of the warmed and blasted front end. This is not a new Saber. Up front on this one here, you again have a small magnet point. You can kind of hear that clasping.
I'm like, ooh. I kind of feel like I'm watching the show too.
Boom.
'Cause I'm just sitting here being like, oh, that's
Boom.
pretty cool.
All right.
Oh, I'm
so
doing
flick,
this?
There's a mic on.
Flick that one in there. And then since we've got it here, we're going to show off all 3 of our, quote, trophy Sabers, and we'll put those in the belt.
You can put these on your trophy wall
Yeah, exactly.
and you get it back home.
Now, these are not specific to a character that we have seen.
Somebody who didn't have good enough skills with a lightsaber.
And there it is, folks. And that's why you tune in, hopefully, each week, is hoping for the reappearance of the Count Dooku voice.
There it is.
But you're going to have the 3 separate Sabers here. They all have, well, wee rocking. They all have a unique and distinct kind of look to them. As I said, not a character specific. You've got the 3 loops in there, so we're just going to slide them in place.
Luke Skywalker.
I am just taking them and putting them in any order I like. They are all the same size loop.
Wow, you're not matching them to the box? Wow.
Nope, I'm not matching it to the box.
Wow,
I am
okay.
going. Yep, I know.
Sure.
It's shocking. That is the whole mythos. That's why I said what I'm excited about with this is that it's pure play. This is pure play.
You playing with the toy right now? I don't believe in that. I don't agree with that.
So let's pull this out here. So we've got our 3 sabers in there. We've put our blaster in there, and then I'm going to put it back on the waist. We're going to add one more of his others.
There's like a real part of me that's like, well, if you got one of those blades off of a different lightsaber, you could maybe, maybe have your Mythos Boba Fett swinging a lightsaber.
You could.
No,
You
could test his skills with a lightsaber.
Everyone at home, take a drink.
Wow, that's great. Our show has a drinking game? This is fantastic.
For the producers, it does. Every time we have to do one, they're like, oh, no, not
So, slide around here. And,
Sideshow Mel asked us not to tell, but I'm a tattletale.
And then I'm going to Velcro it back on. And again, as I said, you do have the adjustable quality with that Velcro. Trophy sabers hanging off the back. So we're going to spin it around here.
Look at that.
There we go.
Wow.
So trophy sabers, blaster in holster. All right.
I hope he doesn't accidentally set one of those lightsabers off.
That would be,
when he's, like,
you know,
flying around.
be
Accidentally
unwise.
hit a trigger.
Unwise. All right. Next up, I'm going to spin it around to show. Actually, I'm going to take him off the turntable for a moment, show off the accessory on its own, and then
What
we're
is
going to
that?
attach it. This would be his jetpack.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no, he never used it.
Isn't it
I have
in the name? No?
I know.
Okay.
Would you?
So again, great weathering on this one here. It's got the 2 clips on the back that are going to slide into the back plate as
Oh,
well.
Jetpack.
Yes, jetpack.
Okay.
And then the little rocket jets also are movable.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
I mean, I loved Boba Fett is such a classic character that is built on Mythos, really.
I think he really is. I mean, you know, we first saw him in an animated Christmas special.
You did.
I did, along with a lot of us waited up to see that thing. But, you know, we truthfully don't, he's not in it. The amount of actual screen time is pretty limited. Which, however, he's so loved, that's why this Mythos thing really, really works.
Well, he's perfectly made for Mythos.
Exactly.
You know, like the other characters, I mean, for obvious reasons, you know, your Obi-Wans, your Vaders, and stuff like that, that makes sense to have them. But man, Boba Fett is almost a character based entirely on pure Mythos. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't you add that in there, you know? I love it. I really like it. I used to pretend Boba Fett did all sorts of cool stuff in the movies.
Other than fall into pits?
Yeah, instead of dying like a Warner Brothers cartoon. Wile E. Coyote.
So I haven't used a lot of my little tool case that we talk about until this particular one right here. What I'm going to do is lift up. You can do this by hand, but it's just a little easier for me to
But you bought the tweezers, so you might as well
to
use them.
use the tweezers. No, I'm going to lift those clips straight up, and that way when I am putting this clip into it, I can kind of hopefully do it as one shot. Or not. Well, I got half.
Right. If he does, take a drink.
yeah, there's another part of the
We don't
drinking game.
condone that. It's like a Monday
If
afternoon.
if he is, well, we don't edit the show, so you don't get to know whether or not we got it right or not. But all right, get your pack in there. Well, we'll get the pack on in a second here. Jeff,
Do it now.
tell me about what era you would, if you have this Boba Fett, what time frame in the Star Wars world would you
I would
think that this guy is done.
So I would pick him in expanded universe, post recovery from the Sarlacc pit.
Okay.
Sort of a Tales from Jabba's Palace situation, maybe. I know expanded universe kind of doesn't exist anymore, but I loved reading Tales from Jabba's Palace and Tales from the Bounty Hunters. I loved reading both of those. So the idea of having Boba Fett sort of recover after falling into a giant great pit of Carcoon, I appreciate and respect that. So I would be like, he's putting it back together. Dengar saved him. It was Dengar, I believe, in the book.
Yeah.
Saved him. So that's probably how I would do it. Or on his way to Jabba's palace, hanging out. You know.
All
doing his
right.
thing. Doing special edition stuff. So going
Doing
to
special
hang out-
edition
Going
stuff.
to hang out with Lin May.
There we go.
That was the Twi'lek dancer that he had a romantic affair with.
Exactly.
In that that expanded canon.
All right. Well, we've got our pack on. It did not take as long as our discussion there, but did want to quickly show how it is there. And then you could drape the kind of fabric over either.
With it being
side.
wired, you can put it.
Yep, you can put it on either side. But the neat part is with it being wired and this, that, and the other, you get that motion. It's going to be very easy for you to do dynamic poses with him.
John says he thinks it's definitely Return of the Jedi armor because his wristbands and jetpack were green in Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Excellent. That's the fun part is, I mean, as we know,
got a
his
sticker
armor
here.
did change and adapt, and we've now got a show that uses his type of character.
So this is to be noted that this is not what he looked like on Cloud City.
Correct.
Or on the Executor.
Nope. This is his own.
So there's that.
This is his own. All right. Now that we've seen what he looks like there, let's talk about the other accessories that are part of this. We have our base. It is a Star Wars base. You can see down at the bottom it says Star Wars. But the nice part is, like the idea of blank slate, the top, completely blank as well. I like that. It's giving me an opportunity to kind of show them off.
We do have some questions about
Yes.
different posing things, but I'll let people know I read them. We can come back to them. When
Okay.
we're done showing the accessories.
Accessories? Great.
Yep.
We'll get to them. We're almost through getting through our accessories, but what I love is that it's taking a while to get through accessories. All right, we're all familiar with this one. It's probably our favorite that we're used to seeing. Great design with this. They've gone with that gunmetal. They've also aged it a little bit, so it is beaten and worn as well.
Ooh, look at that.
All right.
There it is.
What we're used to seeing with his character there. We also have this one here, the grenade one. I love the heat on there from, obviously you fired it a number of times and it gets that different bluing on there, and kind of the fun little back deal that you have there. But here's the heavy cannon, and this is what we were excited about as far as posing you were asking about, and we will get into it. But I also want to show what this one does. Up in the front, you have the sight that will lift. You have its...
So is that it's a heavy cannon, not a sniper rifle?
Correct.
Okay. Because whenever I see stuff like in the wrapped up, oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is for sure a heavy cannon.
Yep. And then even has the drop down like that. We saw this kind of articulation and things like that with the Bucky. But I think this is really neat to have it all drop down like that. And it does have the leather in the front section that you can kind of do a over the shoulder. Do be cautious that you do have, like I said, there's the up gun thing. When you take it out of the packaging, they will be in a down position, so you may not have known that they actually move, but they do. They are
Look
there.
at that.
All right.
What a flexible and
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
That's the kind of gun that I want.
There you go.
Mythos Boba Fett by Sideshow 6 scale.
All right, let's pull out two specialty hands. The hands that are going to come on the figure in the package are his fists. He also has two relaxed two what they call holding, which either one for the dagger, just kind of a generic holding. And then we have a right trigger hand and a left kind of holding hand. And that's these two right here. We'll put them on the turntable. These are right with our trigger. And yes, I am going to swap these out so we can see them.
Swap them out then.
In a moment.
I really like the paint application on there with all the weathering.
That's what's so neat about this guy here and why I was so excited to finally get to play with him. I remember when they just said they were going to get him. It is that weathering, that aging, and it gives you a start point of a story that you get to write. So this is choose your own adventure, but with toys.
I mean,
and I like
that's his general toy play.
And I like that.
I like that.
So, as I said, this is our hand. We're gonna put our right hand in. That's our gun hold with finger on trigger. We also have a hand that is kind of a generic hold, so you don't have to have it on the trigger. This left one would be for if you want to do it under there, or if you're doing your the heavy Canon. This would be. Whoops, sorry. Let me kind of move my big fingers out of there. This would be a great one to use for that as well. Autumn, you said there were specific questions about some posability. So let's.
One of them was he wanted to know the tightness of the joints. Like, are they loose? Are they
Okay.
Joints.
The joints. They are not loose. These are not a loose joint. The head has some incredible articulation, which I like. It's a little different than that standard ball joint, but it does allow me to do some upward tilt of the helmet that's pretty extreme. But ship's landing or whatever else, the fact that I can drop back like that or heavily forward looking over someone that he's beaten is great to have. And again, remember that helmet, as I said,
Sensor.
has the sensor.
There it is.
That drops.
And that looks firm. Somebody was asking if that was a strong.
Yes, that's very. It is plastic. It's not a metal piece, but it is quite firm. Again, like we've talked about with any of the posing in how to be a poser, and we've talked a little bit about here, is every time you move, particularly the smaller pieces like that, get close to where you're moving it. So with that one there, I'm actually kind of, if I'm going to be moving this piece here, I want to hold here. And gently move down.
I mean, you said get close, but that's as furthest away as you could possibly be on that. No, it's a great little.
But it's that's a neat one too.
There's
Yes.
a bunch of questions. One of them is, can you tuck the poncho away under the jetpack?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, you could, when you were putting it on, you could slide it between those two.
Yes, you
notches.
could. Yeah. Again, like any of these things, the more articulation you get, the more accessories, this, that, and the other. You're going to be taking a lot more time in your posing, and I know this is one that I will be spending a good day to two to get where I want to be with it. But yes, you will be able to. When you would do that, have the pack off, the two back wires that we talked about, kind of push those inward and drape them down, then lay it over. It's going to take you a couple tries to get the things to line up, the clips with the back, but once they're in there, they're in there pretty steady. All right, so that's that one there.
The other question
more
was, can it do like a deep squat?
deep squat?
Does it have the articulation to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been talking about so many accessories and everything else. We haven't really been talking too much articulation. The knee, we're gonna have a good strong back kick on the knee for punting.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
All right. Waist is deep. And you
Boba
want
Fett
to
doesn't seem like a punter. He seems like someone that'll go for it on fourth down. You know. You wanted a crouching,
Squat.
deep squat,
deep squat.
like wall sits. Really, really pushing those quads to their max effectiveness. You want to build strength, but you also don't want to build bulk. So you're going to be using your own
Okay.
weight
Have his
process
hands
on
out in
that.
the front.
Yeah,
balance
yeah, you
him
can do
during the
that.
squat.
The end timer.
Yep.
Yep,
So,
you
yeah.
can do that when you do that. But remember, we don't want to do too many weighted squats because we don't, he's got the armor and you don't want to like make it so that he bulks out too much, but you still want strength. So we want to do a deep squat, maybe hands out. You could do a prison squat where your hand is up here when you do it. That works as well.
So we are going to be doing one of Jeff May's prison squat. I don't want to know why he calls them that.
I think
Or
it's 'cause
knows.
your hands
I don't.
are-
I said I
Because your
did not
hands are
want.
over your head like
I
you're being
said I
arrested.
did not want to know.
Well, then, too late.
The
You know
idea
now.
that you in prison is frightening. But yes, you can get deep.
I would break
You
immediately.
can get deep squats in there, and then when you do it, you're probably going to want to adjust the fabric to get kind of an action pose, which I'm sure is what you're looking to do. There we are. A good wide stance. Again, because they are a 3/4 boot, we've talked about the articulation of the 3/4 boot and the moving of that. There's no cut in there. This is a little bit different. So it's going to have more of a flat foot, but it's also going to be sturdier when you go and do your poses with it that way. All right. Other pose questions that somebody had? Somebody wanted to know about because I want to switch out some hands and do some blaster stuff. So,
Were there any more questions about that?
was there one about the big blaster? What did they want to know?
about slinging the blaster.
Can I sling it over? Okay, yeah. Well,
See, we got there.
Let's sling it over. Sideshow, what they've done for you with all of the additional hands. Let's pull out all the additional hands. That's the last thing I didn't show anybody. I'm
Ooh,
sorry
you
about
teased
that.
me with the blaster.
I showed you
Give me
two of
the
them. These are those fist hands that he comes with. Sideshow, what they've done for you, and I really like this, is they've automatically pre-pegged all of the additional hands for you. Okay, so you have that more durable end peg. Okay, versus the tiny front one that we've had on some of the others.
Yeah, these are the optimal peg.
Yeah,
process.
when you're swapping them out, anytime you can swap out a kind of a larger bit, it's not as fragile. This is and there's a pair of these. I'm just going to hold it this way so we can kind of see this. This is that they call it a relax, but it will be a hold for some of my other blaster types. I'm going to put the blaster in it that's without having a finger on the trigger, but just kind of the hold. Okay, so you have two of those as well. All right, so that's those ones. And then these are the tighter gripped ones that they're calling a hold.
Yeah.
The other one they're calling a neutral. That one there works great with
Bring it out.
our
A knife.
knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
It's also
Look at
a
that.
knife.
Doesn't even fall out.
Oh, look at that. He
All
can
right.
hold his knife.
So,
Oh, yeah, I'm Boba Fett.
and that, you have a right and a left of that hand, where the trigger finger hand is a right hand, and the support hand is a left. I'm going to swap those in now to
That makes sense.
show those
That
out.
one's a right and one's a left.
Yeah.
It would
yeah.
make the toy would be really awful if it was the other way.
Let me show what I've done with that, and I'm going to try and maybe do a swap while I've got it up on the stand for you.
This is if you want your Mythos Boba Fett to have mishandled one of those trophy lightsabers.
There you go.
Where does hands go?
Oh, quick question while you're there.
Yes.
Do the gauntlets come off?
Yep, that's what I wanted to show.
Okay.
When I remove those hands, which I said had the pegs, the gauntlets do come off. Okay, they are one solid piece. These are not two halves that snap together. They're a solid piece. But yes, they do come off for you. At least the right one. I'm not going to adjust, the left one. I'm not going to adjust the right or try and take that off. And the reason I'm not going to is I do want to show it again. Remember, it's got those cables inside that move. Okay, it is still on there, but my bet is if I pull it, they only go up so far, or they're stitched up inside.
Yeah.
So I would not remove it. I don't know why
I think the best
would really
move
do it, but
is
yes.
We've proven that we can.
We've proven that we
so
can,
now
and
we
that's
don't
that's
need
that's
to.
the end of that. I'm going to swap out the hands right now while we talk about more toys. That's just fun. It's just fun. The Mythos is just such a neat thing. Mythos, if I'm correct with Sideshow, started with the large scale, not premium format, but they were their kind of own unique scale, correct?
Do we know? Off the top of our heads? Do we?
I'm not sure if they were a specific scale or not. But they were just such a neat idea, and to be able to see those in
We're here in quarter scale, by the way.
to be able to see these in a 1/6 is a real fun thing. So there is the swapped out hand. This is, of course, the blaster we're most used to seeing.
The EE3.
Exactly. We're used to seeing this guy.
Ooh, look at me, I'm Boba Fett.
With,
he would say, if he were
I am
alive,
Boba
which
Fett.
he's not.
And you asked about it, so let's do. I'm actually going to do it over that. Look at that wall pose.
So does that strap doesn't come off?
No. Nope. The strap is part of it, but I'm going to try and make it on here.
We need Terry.
Yeah, Terry's.
We need how to be
yes, Terry
opposers.
needs to play with this for about an hour and a half. He and I would sit here and play with this sucker for hours before we even showed you
That's selfish.
what the poses would be.
That's very selfish of
But-
you, Guy.
I didn't say I share my toys. I at no point in any of these episodes have said I share. Did not say that. But I think that's what you were asking about. Does it fit over the shoulder? Yes. And you're going to want to tweak that a little bit, and maybe you tuck the strap a little
Yeah.
under the
I
shoulder.
think-
Again, that's
I
when
think
you're
they might
going to
have
use
thinking
those
of a
tweezers.
shoulder sling. As
Oh,
well, which is, I guess you might have
completely
to,
over the whole
I think
back
you,
of it?
You might have to take the helmet off if you were going to try
Let's
that,
see.
and maybe not have the jetpack on.
So, Jeff, I
This seems like a lot of.
almost want you to stand up to
I
show me
mean,
what you're talking about.
You don't have to do it, but you kind of have to do it.
But I kind of have to do it. If you're asking and you are still watching, folks, then gosh darn it, we're gonna do it. Do we have enough play there?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
The issue is that it's not an adjustable leather strap. We can't make it a larger
well, then
or
let's not go
smaller.
for it.
And you're going to have the backpack, the jetpack,
You
in
know
the
what?
way.
Break the piece, Guy. Just go
no,
for it. Just break.
no,
shatter
I
the
don't want to
piece,
break
it's
the
fine.
toys.
You're not breaking the toy?
Probably
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
this
break it.
time.
You never do what I want to do on the show.
So
Break
Sorry.
that toy. No? It's probably best
no,
if we
probably
don't do
not.
that.
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'm gonna go with no because I'm not getting enough. It's not an adjustable strap on it, so I can't lengthen the leather on there. So as far as a crossbody,
Yeah, it's more of like a backpack shoulder.
you know,
holder,
Indiana Jones satchel.
more backpack than messenger bag.
Correct. It's more.
Does that track?
It's more 80s kid with the backpack where you just threw it over the
I did
One
that,
arm.
and I'm not an '80s kid.
So well, some of us are.
You don't just get to ascribe something
I
to
think
an
we're
entire
actually
decade,
70s
Guy.
kids.
That you never actually wore the backpack, but you put it
Yeah,
on
be
the
cool on one shoulder.
on one shoulder.
Yeah.
And so that's what you can do with this.
Everybody's done that every decade that backpacks have existed.
And it never isn't cool.
I
You
think you're all
know, I mean, these
conflating
movies started in
correlation and
1977, so you are in the right time frame. So, which is nice.
I'm in 2019 for the next couple of days, anyway.
Any other articulation questions? Again, a lot of the questions I think right now that people are having, or you might not be writing them, but it's just the curiosity is, how would I pose them? Because there are so many opportunities with it. Trying to see if I removed the pack, if I would do it that way, and sling it over, but I don't really see that I would do it.
No.
So, but if you figure he doesn't always have his pack, and you want a very nomad kind of walk and look, I mean, with or without the pack, I think he looks neat like that.
Do we have the Obi-Wan Mythos 6 scale in here?
Yes, would you like to see?
Okay,
Side by side.
oh fine, I'll get up and
Okay.
do it.
This was, yeah, I'm glad we get to do this. This was the first Mythos. This one is still available, and it's a great companion. I hope that we get to dive into the history of this guy. Another one. Yep.
This guy?
No, not the little ball thing.
Obi-Wan?
No, this
That's not Obi-Wan?
that would not be Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
That was a BB-8.
Oh, okay.
But so incredibly not close.
Hello there. Off the. You want to?
I'm going to take this one off the
Take 'em off.
turntable. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
pick them both into. Perhaps on another show we will dive into this one here because the Obi-Wan is another amazing one. You know, we're lucking out. We've finished 9 episodes of one story, but you know, thanks to Disney Plus and other stuff, we're diving into new stories. We're getting to see Mandalorian and people of Boba Fett's style here and what they're doing, and they have announced some missing Obi-Wan years. So
Oh, this is just like nerd news.
nerd news
Right here from Guy
but
Klender.
no,
Brought to you
well,
by-
that's what I'm excited about. I mean, I was excited of these figures, and these 2 were in development, if I am correct, before there was any announcements of those shows. So,
Yeah.
So, it's
Yeah,
just
a
it's
little bit.
They're great. They're great to have. And the Fett is fantastic. We're gonna move Obi-Wan over to the bar and show off Boba again, because he's who we're here to discuss. I'm going to put the heavy blaster into the firing hand. Let's see here. Kind of windswept.
Ooh, look at that. He's in a sandstorm, but he's gonna shoot somebody.
You never know.
I really like that rifle. Reminds me of that Tom Berenger movie, Sniper.
There you
He
go.
had the rifle and he covered it in all the stuff. You
Um,
know, kind of has that
he's
vibe to it.
he's gonna be a great one for you to add. We're gonna rotate him the other way. Thank you, Verb. I've got him tweaked a little
It's an
differently.
interesting pose that you have him in. It looks
you know,
like he's
and I'm
trying
not
to
even-
protect his farm.
Um,
Off my property.
you know, hey.
I mean, I know this isn't how to be a poser. This is Unsealed and Revealed, brought to you by Sideshow Collectibles.
As I'm spinning him around, I'm getting to see him
Guy's like, I also get to see him.
at different angles. No, this is one I was excited about, but I didn't want to, you know, play with him for 2 days. I mean, we only saw this right before he only just arrived before we
Here's a
started the
question.
show.
Can you
Go ahead.
hold the rifle up like this? Can he hold the rifle kind of
In
like
one hand.
Because I believe the Mythos statue has this pose.
Oh, I think
like-
they're trying to recreate
Yeah, like-
the Mythos pose. The Mythos statue pose.
So you missed out on the
think
Mythos
that's fine.
statue, but you'll buy the 1/6 so you can do the pose. I like how you people play. I've
Gotta
not
be a
seen the
poser
exact.
by necessity.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Let's put the end of the gun on that side.
Paging Terry. We need you. Everyone.
I believe Terry did some write-ups that was in the packaging for these guys when they were statues. I think Terry did some of that.
I mean,
Terry, if you're watching, you can chime in.
one of my favorite things about the show is watching Guy nerd out about Terry on our show.
I-
The guy's like a huge.
I'm really excited. Apparently, he's going to be in town
He is.
next month, and that is a big day for me.
So I'm noticing that the rifle is going on the outside of his arm.
I can put him on the inside.
I
I
think
just
on
did
the
it
inside
there.
of his arm will make it more of something where he can hold it. Kind
You
of
like
up.
that?
I mean, kind of.
See, remember, I'm behind you guys, so I'm going to
That's
have
true.
to spin them around. You want it in the front, kind of like that?
Yeah. Now I just feel like I'm making demands. Can
This
he
is
do
not
that in
the-
a deep squat?
Can he do it in a deep squat?
There's
Okay.
also questions, can he do Saturday Night Fever dance posing? But that's a different pose.
It's a very
That was
specific
what year did
articulation.
that film come out?
I don't know. What was that, 70?
Will it be part of the?
I don't know.
For some reason, he's doing a deep prison squat.
That's not what that is. It's a different thing.
Okay. The fact
I
is,
will not be shamed.
the fact is that we're not. Look, I am not ashamed of your prison time, by any means.
Wow.
That I'm not ashamed of it.
Okay.
I am in awe.
It's technically jail, not prison.
This is
and very different.
That's an
things.
odd pose, but it is the deep.
It is a pose.
It is
You know
a
what?
pose.
You posed him.
Actually,
It
no,
is the deep
you know
knee
what's
bend
funny?
you asked about.
I'm going to be 100% honest. It looks like if you were to put the don't change it. I was just going to say a thing.
I was gonna,
Okay.
if
All right.
he's
Well, never
lost
mind.
the battle and he's been shot in the gut.
Well, I was going to say if it
There's
could
no
be like
winners here.
He's been shot in the gut.
if he was rocketing backwards.
Yes.
It could be like getting ready to go with that, but then never mind. The whole thing
the whole thing. I ruined it all. I'm sorry. I just-
ruined it.
My question is, I've been gone for several weeks. Is this what this is like now?
Look, no,
No,
but kind
there's
of.
often more to the drinking game.
Maybe I need to stop in more
There's
often.
more to the drinking game. You mean you want to be part of the drinking game?
Oh God.
There's more Dooku quotes.
We do a lot more Dooku.
Uh,
There's usually a lot more Dooku, and there is a dance break. But because there were so many accessories, we jumped past the dance break.
You know what this is? This is a good time. Is what we are. This is fun.
This is a good time.
This should be play. We're playing with a toy, taking your questions, comments, and concerns
Yes.
on Facebook Live and YouTube. See what I did there?
I did. I like
There you
that.
go.
We
That
do
was
that.
good.
We have fun here. And then we
This
still-
is really a really neat figure. The Mythos line is, and it's something that can stand on its own, okay, because it's its own separate storyline, okay, and like I said, I like the idea of choose your own adventure. You're writing his story from in this period of time. So because you're doing that, he doesn't have to blend in with any of the others.
Where would you put this character?
Timeline?
Yeah. This is time in the Peace Corps? Like, what's the plan?
I'm thinking this is before we've ever seen him in Empire. I'm going to say that this is pre-Empire. I'm thinking this is between New Hope and Empire.
Oh.
That's where I'm in my mind when I'm playing.
In comics canon, that's him being hired by Vader to find out who blew up the Death Star.
You know,
That's the thing.
exactly.
See?
But you know, that's like this is where the fun comes in, and this is where play comes in, and that's what this all boils down to is the fun of play, and the Mythos line. In 1/6 allows me to have even more play, and I know that there's some new statues in the Mythos line that we've just recently announced
Yeah.
as well. So
I always forget which ones we can and can't talk about. I'm always like, am I
there
going to
were-
violate an NDA? I hope not.
believe there were two, but go down the rabbit hole of Mythos there, folks, and see what you find. But he's a great figure. I think you're really going to be happy. One other accessory that I didn't even mention. I told you that it comes with all of the pre-pegged hands. On the very back of the bottom tray, they give you a little pack with a couple more.
Oh, that's so
Just
sweet.
just
Sideshow
in,
giving
there
back
you go.
to the
just in
community.
case, just in case you lost one. They are interchangeable. If you needed to do that smaller front point, they will pull out of there. But I just like that's, you know, when we get some figures and we're like, we get a couple of extra wrist pegs. You're actually getting 7 extra wrist pegs. So
It's a lot of wrist pegs.
it's a lot of wrist pegs, but that means you're not having to worry about it. So he's a
Wow.
beautiful figure. Add him to your collection.
I
Bring
like
'em home.
that. I know that I'm the fact that it's Mythos. I like the poncho. I like the idea that this is something that is sort of filling in the cracks and having fun with that. The way sort of Sideshow kind of works these together, they work sort of in conjunction with the company to make sure that this is what they want. So I like that aspect of it. I like the poncho. I like the storyline to it. I'm wondering how I would pose this, how I would go for it. I like the bounty hunters a lot. I'm a big IG-88 fan. So we're going to need one of those on here soon.
There's a question. Is the armor underneath green?
No, this is a gray. Oh, I'm sorry, the armor. I thought we were talking the suit.
Maybe you should listen.
Lift up. I should probably listen more.
Show that armor. Show that beautiful, roll that beautiful armor.
Roll
footage.
that beautiful armor footage. Oh, look at that. We got it's an up. This is
Keep turning.
his recreation of a famous
You're
Marilyn
just
Monroe
teasing
scene.
us at this point, guys.
Yes, I am prison boy.
None of this is the way. It's not even a nickname.
This is not the way.
There we are. So yeah, it is the darker green armor underneath.
There it is.
There it is. That's what you wanted to know,
Yes.
right?
There it is. Look at that. He's getting Marilyn Monroe right there.
And then that's what I said. The Marilyn
Up,
Monroeing.
There it is.
I like that with the wire pieces.
Well, I'm actually glad that you asked me to do that so I could kind of move that out of the way. So it does show you the dynamics that you can get out of the thing. Depending on how windy that day was, you can get some intenseness.
It was a windy day on Tatooine. The day winds. Winds were coming far across the Dune Sea, of course. And that was a long
Where
day.
did we just go?
When he caught wind of the bounty. Decided that he was going to be cashing in today.
What is happening?
I don't know, man.
This is new to the show. His dramatic readings are new.
Old-
Old Maine farmer dramatic.
Are new, but
I'm just watching producer Sideshow Mel just going,
this would
And
be
I
the
am
drinking
loving
portion
it.
of the show.
Remember your last day on the show? It was so fun.
wasn't it great?
Yeah.
So
Well
it
done.
was. We got to play with Boba Fett. There he is.
It's great.
There's the 7-year itch Boba Fett edition.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
that's a
again,
great
I
pose
said
you
you
got
get to
in right
write
there.
your
I
own
like
story, and if yours is, Boba Fett meets Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Yeah.
or whatever classic film you want to bring him into, go right ahead.
I have to say, there's a lot of comments in here that people did not care for the cape that was over the top of everything and the fact that you couldn't take it off. And I didn't bring it up all this time because I was going to say, like, it's wired and you can do some really great
Yeah.
things with it. You can still show off all the great details. And I think
Correct.
what you have him in right now showcases that. I think it's more dynamic with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you did it without it, it's
It's still fine.
it's fine, but we've seen. I mean, there's been a lot of
Oh,
versions
a
of
Boba Fett where it's just the armor, like
Yeah, we've seen a lot of
Those are
versions of Boba
good.
Fett. This is something we haven't seen, and that's what makes him special. That's what makes him unique, and that's why he's the Boba Fett I'm most excited about.
it's
having.
new and fun, and
Yes,
that's what we want here.
Austin
And
is asking, yes, there are wires in the poncho, whatever we're going to call it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also wires in the part that hangs down around the legs.
Yes.
So all of that, I think, it gives you a lot of opportunity for
Yeah.
some really dynamic
it's a lot of fun
poses.
play opportunities because a lot of times with the Boba Fetts, it's you got him standing with the other.
You kind of got him
bounty
standing, and
You
here's
got
my
him
bounty. I
standing
got
on-
my carbonite guy.
with your Han and Carbonite. I was just gonna say,
You
there's
know.
always that. So when you have an opportunity to really play with the sort of the idea, and I hate to say the word out loud, to play with the mythos of the character. This
there-
is that
yeah.
opportunity.
But that's something that you get to do with him. So I'm really glad we got to bring this guy out today. It was pretty exciting when they
Yeah.
said I'd get to do it. This has been one of my favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna
ones
steal
to get
this
to play.
piece after we film this.
Okay, well that was good to know.
I'm gonna take it.
That would explain the knowledge of prison
Mine.
spots.
It's mine.
The car running outside.
So
Well, that being said, I
Thank
mean,
you
I
for
think we
joining
got
us,
it
folks.
covered here. A lot of people just saying they think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more, check out side.show/unsealboba. You can get
a link.
more information. Autumn is going to be dropping links on YouTube and Facebook for that. So thank you so much for that. I love the Mythos line. I'm so excited that we got to talk about it. Thank you so much, Autumn, for handling all of the wonderful questions, comments, and concerns that you, the viewer at home, got to experience through Facebook and Live. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Let Your Geek Side Show.
We're going live in the Facebook group in just a couple of hours.
We're going live in the chat
Well, in
cave?
1 hour in the chat cave.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
we're just cross-promoting other
Yep.
shows? That's
yeah,
great.
we sure
That's
are. But
cool.
we promoted this show there, so we're good.
I do like that. I do like that a lot. So check out the Cat Cave. It's a lot of fun. You and Paul have such a blast on there, and it's fun to watch. Shout out to my man, Guy Klender, 6-scale expert, and teaching us all what it means to be a true fan of the medium. I'm super stoked to have you here talking about this piece. Thank you all. Did I cover everything? Did I get
did,
everything?
yes.
Listen to all the stuff. Watch all the videos that Sideshow puts out. Don't forget to hit like and like. Hit like. Hit like lightly if you'd like, but hit like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon for notifications. And of course, as always, don't forget to let your geek side show. Yeah, this guy. Thank you all so much. Talk to you later. See you next week. Hey, did you like that video? Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more info on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under Product Info. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.